Hello friends, how's everyone doing? Welcome to my channel and welcome to my craft room. I have some bundles to show you today, so let's just let me just flip through these for you, and when you see this video these will be in my Etsy shop. Yes, so they're new bundles, two new bundles for my Etsy shop, and they're kind of an assorted fabrics and a few extra goodies here I threw on top because so I hope you're going to have a good weekend, and let's just get started. So I wanted to add some extra little goodies here as I finish these up. So these are pretty much the same, but I'll flip through this one in detail and then run through that one to show you that that one's the same. But on both of them I have a beautiful piece of Battenberg lace, great for layering and trim. You know, you can cut this up or whatever, and you can coffee dye it or color it any color. I cut apart a new, well, not new, but a vintage, I guess it was like some kind of a doily or something, but I cut it apart. I got lots of interesting pieces from it. So each one has, I believe, one of these little flowers, like a little crochet flower, applique, it looks like. And then it also has a little piece of this. This was a piece of the doily or whatever it was. And see, it's just a little, it could be a little trim, again, a little layering piece, you know, if you are doing some slow stitching, you know, all these are great for that. A nice piece of white lace, which also, again, can possibly be, you know, colored in some way, coffee dyed, or just use as is. Again, great for layering or slow stitch. And then this was also another little piece of trim from a tablecloth that I cut apart. And so nice ecru colored piece of trim there. And you can see it's got a nice size. And then I've tied each bundle with a coffee dyed piece of like gauzy fabric that I tore into strips. And so let's see what we have here. So everything, like I usually do, is in a good size. Like I try to give you enough for, like, say you're doing a journal cover, and enough for the front and the inside usually. So, and most of these I think you have seen probably before, but we'll see when you go through. Maybe you'll recognize some of them, maybe you won't. But this is a real pretty one. And yeah, I'm getting through the fabrics. I told you, I always say I have some fabrics I need to put into bundles, and I'm going, last year was my year of books, now this year is my year of fabrics that I'm trying to get through and organize and get into my shop. And you know, I just kind of do a couple bundles, one or two bundles every week usually. So yeah, this is a really pretty, like almost like folk art looking, but really interesting little pieces on here. Like has these little bugs and little cherries, it looks like, and this heart and a pretty flower. I just thought this was, you know, all of these I picked up at thrift stores because, you know, because I love them, and you know, I bring them home and I don't know what I'm going to do with them, as far as, am I going to use them myself? Am I going to put them into bundles? So, you know, and I really just bring them home because I love them. So this is a pretty piece of blue. So this one was thicker, the one I just showed you with the like folk art looking colorful images. And this one also is thicker, like I want to describe it as almost like a upholstery. Maybe it is, I don't know, but this one's really beautiful. It has this like floral design with, there's a little bird right there, and it has a little bit of, see, it's got the blue with the white excuse me, and then a little bit of light green in the white part there, little, you know, pieces of light green. So really pretty. I love the colors on that one. Let's see, does this one have a, doesn't have a name on here. Made in the USA, that's all I know. And then this one, another pretty one. They're all really pretty and interesting. So this one is really beautiful color, a smaller floral print, and more of a cottony fabric with a little kind of vine, as you see here. The back is kind of a tannish color, or a taupe color. And the vines are, I think they're black, and then the little flowers are, or I guess they're, yeah, I was gonna say leaves, but I think they're actually little flowers, and they are like a lavender or a plum, lavenderish plumish color. So anyway, in the purple family. So just a really pretty color combination. And sorry, I don't know if I'm opening up the whole thing here, but you know, like I said, they're all good size pieces like that. Okay, and so that's another pretty one. And you get that folded back nice there. And this is the patchwork one. I know I've shown you this one before, but I'm really finishing up these fabrics. Like some of these will be the last pieces that I have of these fabrics, and some of these I have maybe a few more, but not that many more of these assorted fabrics. So my next, I'll have some more. Be organizing some more fabrics like this, and then I have some sheets to go through, vintage sheets. So that's really pretty for either any kind of like country-ish type farm journal would be great, or even a cookbook. Like I could see this being put on a Better Homes and Gardens if you're doing a binder, the red and white one. That would be pretty colorful little fabric to put over the spine. So anything like that. And then this is a really pretty one. It's really different. When I saw it, I thought it was just like stunning, stunningly beautiful. So it's got this black background. Isn't it gorgeous? And then the colors on there just really pop. The red and gold and this like turquoisey blue, and just really pretty. So good piece of that. That is I'm not sure what this is. It's I want to describe it as cottony, but it's almost got a little stretch to it, like if you can see that. So I don't know if it has some polyester in there or what, but it's gorgeous, and I think you could probably almost use it like a cotton fabric. Pretty much that's what I would do if I was going to make a journal cover out of it or something. And this is another one that's kind of like the Pennsylvania Dutch look, which I really love. I think I saved myself a tiny piece of this, but yeah, it has these little squares on it that I'm dying to kind of make some tags out of, or pockets or something. And just, of course, really pretty colors with the greens and the golds and all kinds of just beautiful colors. And then they have little quotes on each little square here. Variety is the spice of life. Let a smile be yours. So great oaks from little acorns grow. So really cute. So, and that's a cottony one. So very cute. Whatever, you can do so many things with these, right? And let's see, what do we have next here? Oh, a couple of these little stitchery pieces. So you can break these down and use these in your slow stitching, or cut them up for pockets or tags or whatever. But this is those old, I think they were going to be a quilt, but I just found the squares at the thrift store. So this one was stitched like this. So since it didn't have, I have some like this, and then some like with like embroidery on them. So since this one didn't have embroidery, I included two pieces. So you could have this one to take apart as you wish. And it's always on a piece of fabric like a muslin, or some kind of, usually on some type of a neutral background that whoever did these put them on. So you can see all the little stitches here. And these look like they're hand done, to tell you the truth. They just, you know, they don't look like machine stitch. So I found them very interesting. And this one is really cool. It just looks so folk arty and so primitive. It's like a primitive cat. Isn't that the coolest thing? If you like cats, you'll love this. Or if you like primitive type anything, you'll like this. And I think it's really cute. Little cat. It's got a little neck string there, the collar. And just really, the cat, I just love that. It's so artistic, I thought. And again, of course, it's hand done. It's all hand done. So now here's a little patchwork that's a bit more like a baby patchwork. So great for a baby journal or little tags or whatever. But it's got the cute little letters and characters. There's some bunnies, and there's a little squirrel there, and a teddy bear up here, and the colors are nice. So there's a train over there. So that was really nice. And then this is, I think I got the last of my Raggedy Ann fabric in here. So I cut a good piece. Most of these I cut with my pinking shears. So They got a nice edge on it. It's not going to fray when you do it with the, but you can see how big that is, and you see all the characters you get on there that can be either used at, this can be used as a whole on the, you know, if you want to do a journal cover, or cut out the pieces and make things with those. So you can fussy cut those out if you want to, whatever you want to do. Have some crafty fun. Yeah, as I was cutting these, I was like running into my craft room going, maybe I should keep this one, and like comparing them to what I have in my craft room. I'm like, maybe I could switch it out and keep this one. But yeah, I'm being brutal on myself and making myself put these into the bundles, even though I love them. So this is a really pretty one. It's a grandma's gingerbread recipe right here. And so those are cool to cut out. And you got the little word gingerbread there. And then you've got all the little pieces, gingerbread, you know, men. And here's like a mixing bowl with the gingerbread, and cookie sheet, and a cookie jar, and a little basket. Just a really cute material, and would be great for, really, I mean, I don't think gingerbread are just good for Christmas. This would be great for a Christmas, or just a recipe cookbook journal, or, you know, to cut out pieces and use in tags or whatever. Just a nice little piece of material there. And this one, I think, well, it reminds me, I don't know what it was originally from, and I don't know if I had the original piece, but I did find a good sized piece of this at the thrift store, and it reminds me of a tablecloth that I used to have, or I think I still have it actually, but it wasn't this color, but it's that kind of fabric. You can almost make a dish towel out of this, I guess, but I think it was maybe a tablecloth. So really nice kitchen-y type fabric. Gingham, again, great for recipe journal or whatever, pockets, anything like that. And then a piece of this yellow. I think this is the last of my yellow too in each of these bundles. So I put a good sized piece. I just took the last piece I had and divided it in half. You can see it's huge. But this is great for backgrounds and things like that. It's a little bit thicker of a fabric, but you can cut this up and just have all the gold and gingham. It's yellow and gold. So all the yellow gingham fabric that you could ever need, I think. But yeah, very, very handy to have around. I've used it. I've used some of this myself as a background, and it comes out really nice. So that is the bundle. Let me flip through the other one so you can see that it's the same. Let's see, yeah, everything's there. Okay, so see, it's got the same little pieces here, the lace, the Battenberg lace, that lace, the two little pieces, like a trim and a flower, and the piece that's the trim from the tablecloth that I described, and then the coffee dyed kind of a gauzy ribbon there that I tore. And then so that fabric I described as did I describe this as Pennsylvania Dutch, I think, that piece. The blue, same, you know, about the same sizes. Here's the one with the purplish little flowers on the taupe background. The country kind of farmhouse patchwork. The black background fabric, and, you know, good size piece of that. The Pennsylvania Dutch label, like labels. The embroidery pieces. So see what I put in this one. See, this one was a stitchery piece. I'm just, if it didn't have embroidery, I'm describing it as a stitchery piece. So here's a stitchery piece in this one, and then the embroidery piece. I put one in here. This one had a flower on it. The different fabrics, whoever, I'm going to say she, put on here, so a she, and the background is like a bluish gray solid piece. These pieces of fabric here, this looks like a piece. Is this all one piece? Yep, that's all one piece of fabric there. And then one piece of fabric up here, and this little piece back here, kind of a dark peach, and then this pretty little flower. Got some yarn or something there that she's got in the middle. Just really interesting, I thought. And they look like they're old. They look like somebody made them a long time ago and just had them sitting around, and finally they made their way to the thrift store. So that's the little, I'm going to say this is the baby patchwork, the Raggedy Ann, the gingerbread. See, it's all the same. The tablecloth, and the yellow and gold gingham. So yeah, both the same. Oh, there's I believe 13 pieces of fabric, baker's dozen. And then I was going to stop there, and I was like, oh, I have all these, because I'm organizing stuff in the other room where I have all this stuff. I was like, oh, I have all these pieces. Let me throw some of these in there. So just a little cherry on top there. And like I said, these will be in my shop when you see them. And I hope you all have a great weekend. Stay tuned for some fun crafting tomorrow, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a great day. Happy crafting.